who saw this coming today? So, we got some big Yu-Gi-Oh! Announcements that happened today, so we won't be talking about sevens today, and I won't be around tomorrow, so I'm not sure if we'll get to that this week. And I have another video that's ready to be posted as well, so I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the week, but we got to talk about this, because, well, fucking everyone's talking about it. All the big-name Yu-Gi tubers talked about it, but fuck them, which I say a lot. But, like, actual news outlets were recording this. I saw Bleeding Cool cover it, Comic Book Reader covered it. Again, we're still at a time where news stories for them to cover are far and few between, but a lot of people thought this was kind of a big deal. So, we are here to talk about what is being entitled Yu-Gi-Oh! Digital Next. This was like a almost 9-minute presentation Yu-Gi-Oh! Put out on the YouTube channel this morning. Just talking about some of their big digital things coming out. They got a lot of cool shit going on. And, you know, I want to talk about it because first up, let's just say, I am so fucking happy Konami finally did something like this. I feel like, considering how big Yu-Gi-Oh! Is for them, I feel like they're never putting their best foot forward with it. We never get these big, exciting announcements like, look what's to come, here's what's happening. So it's just like, hey, new anime, new summoning mechanics, new girl who's going to inspire a lot of hentai, new guy who's going to even inspire even more hentai. That's it. We never really get this exciting fanfare. Like, you look at Pokemon, for instance. Pokemon puts out big announcements. Whenever they announce a new game, there's like press conferences, live streams. There's like the trailers have exciting music. They show cool, fun shit. They do a lot of stuff to get you excited. You have like Junichi Masuda who comes out and like talks to you about stuff. I've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! And Konami do something like this. They're never just like, boom, big exciting thing, here's the people making it, they're going to give you what's clearly a scripted, but they're going to give you a nice little introduction to what's going on. I don't know the people who work on Yu-Gi-Oh! In the same way I know the people who work on Pokemon, and that is a goddamn shame. So the fact that they just did this in general is really exciting. Now you could also make the opposite argument, and when Pokemon was straight up with you and told you you wouldn't be able to get all the Pokemon in Sword and Shield, everyone lost their shit, threatened to kill them, and have treated them like garbage ever since. But I still think having some level of clarity, being willing to talk, and just being willing to present what you're creating as a positive, exciting light is a step in the right direction. Now, let's just get right. We've already rambled 3 minutes. Let us just get right into these announcements. First up, the Rush Duel Switch game is fucking coming. Yes! Yes! I want a Rush Duel, god damn it. Now, I want the physical cards here so I can start collecting that shit. I would love a Seven Swords Magician or like Dragiers or all these cards that I watch characters I love play every week. But if we're not going to get that, at least having the option to Rush Duel is a good idea. This game looks fairly bog standard Konami Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. But it still looks fun, and it will still give you the chance to Rush Duel. I do think it's interesting, though, the way Dan Green like kind of presented it to you, because it did make me remember that, oh yeah, unless you're part of the very niche community that cares about the anime, you probably have no idea this fucking exists. Like, the whole concept of Rush Duels is probably very foreign to people, and this will get a lot of attention to it, and hopefully more attention to the anime. A lot of people don't realize this, but I've met a lot of people who play Duel Links, and they checked out Zale, 5Ds, GX, because they suddenly saw these characters in a game they like and wanted to see the show they came from, and it will probably be for Arc 5. See what I did there? I made a good segue! I'm gonna get segue, damn it! So up next, we should probably talk about Duel Links just because it was part of the announcement. So to be straight up honest, I forget if I've said this before, I actually deleted Duel Links off of my phone a long-ass time ago. It just took up too much memory, and that's time that on my phone that could be saved for more anime OPs. So I haven't played it in a long time. However, I am very happy they're moving into Arc 5. I remember, and also, like, was I the only one who didn't realize that game's already been out, like, almost 5 years? When they were like, 2016! I'm like, wait, what? That was a whole Captain America ago! I was not expecting that, but yeah. So they did the whole Duel Links announcement, and the minute they got to the point where they said, we just went from 5Ds to Dark Side of Dimensions world, I remembered how annoyed that made me when they did it. Like, instead of going straight to Zale, they, took a year for this movie I didn't like and put that in the game, and the problem is that became the ammunition for all the Zale haters, to which there are still a lot of, are just like, see, even Konami is embarrassed about Yuma and Astral and not making him an 18-year-old power fantasy character. Me! I had to put up with that for a fucking year. Also, the Duel Links meta became really weird because, they put Thunder Dragons in there, but no Colossus, and just a lot of weird shit in that year. But yeah, so then they finally went ahead and added Zale, and a part of me kind of think, oh no, what if they don't do Arc 5 next? What if they do Bonds Beyond Time, or something like that? I was genuinely kind of worried they'd skip again, but nope, we are getting Arc 5 in that game, and it's cool, because even though, yes, we all know I have a very complicated relationship with Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, I think it is good to get it out there to people, more people to experience it, and get an idea of what was good about that show, and also just to get pendulums out to people. Not sure how it will work in the Duel Links metagame. I don't know if it's been data mined or whatever, or somehow people know about it. If I were to take a guess, there'll probably just be 2 zones you don't see unless you click on them to do it. Again, I'm probably not going to put Duel Links back on my phone just because it's a big game. It's a lot of space. But I am glad to see that they're continuing to evolve that meta and that format. So then we move on to the big one. This is the thing everyone is talking about. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel will be a free-to-download simulator where you can play in any Master Rule and format you want. I think that's what I've been hearing. Because the trailer just said, you can use OCG and TCG metas, but I'm pretty certain they've said that there will be different settings for different formats, because you see Max C at one point. But yeah, this is pretty goddamn exciting in theory. I'll explain why. But yeah, no, it'll be available on everything, all consoles, on your phone. You will have access to as much dueling as you want. And the only question is, how far does it go? Do I have to pay for packs? Do I have to pay to get cards? Is it just paying for cosmetic changes? Where does the line kind of get drawn? Because as we're seeing, a lot of these free-to-play things, no, it's free to experience, but if you really want to play it, you gotta pay. And a lot of people, of course, are bringing up the debate is, where should the line be drawn? Should you just, if you want to play, you pay? If not, don't play. But at the same time, is it right that the game is out there and they make it the only way you can enjoy it is paying if you're going to market it as free to download? I'm obviously not super into mobile games, so this is not a debate I really have a strong stance on. However, I do think it is a good idea. That being said, I think a lot of players are just set in their ways to the point to where, yeah, when it comes to events, unless it's a Konami official thing, they probably will just rather go back to Dueling Book or Yugioh Pro like everyone's used to, because that's what they're used to. And even though this game looks pretty, I don't know what it really offers that those other two do, and probably better, because Konami. The last thing to talk about is they had, what was it called, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duels, some sort of new, it looked sort of like the Duel Links format, but it's 4 players at once. That might be the thing I'm the most excited about, despite being the thing we learned the least about. Why? Because I want new ways to play. Even if Rush Duel isn't the greatest thing ever, which there are problems with that format, just the idea that there's a new way to play the game, new ideas, new fun things to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! I think really excites me. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that, and that will be the thing. I can't wait to hear more about it. And what especially just made me happy about this whole thing is this shows that Konami is willing to evolve. At the beginning of it, the statement they made about that due to the changes in the world, they acknowledge that they have to evolve and grow. And that, I think, is a very important, special sentiment. Konami is always accused of being very archaic, that they're very set in their ways, that it's just a bunch of asshole businessmen who just want to force everything to go their way, and they literally just sit there and watch their sink ships, that way they can hold on to their egos. And this is 100% completely true. But I don't care about video games or pachinko machines. I care about Yu-Gi-Oh! So to see that they're willing to take the time and understand that they have to evolve with a very confusing, very ever-changing world right now, I think is a very big deal, and I think is a nice thing to see them do. So yeah, thank you, Konami, for actually kind of taking the initiative. Granted, it only took a worldwide pandemic for you guys to evolve. Or maybe a lot of this was in the steps long way. Who knows? But yeah, that was my thoughts on all these crazy announcements. In the comments section below, give me your thoughts on everything that was revealed today. Which of these games are your favorites? Or are you just happy that they acknowledge that actual physical Nats will be in 2022? I got my invite, so I'm Gucci, as the kids like to say. But yeah, give me your thoughts about that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me for fun new Yu-Gi-Oh! News and reviews in the future.